Welcome back to another episode of Watching Shoes. The watch is Phillip Stein, double time. You got a chrono up top with the military time. Second hand, let's see if I can't start that. Yeah, the second hand. There we go. Quartz movement. I would really like to find one of these that's automatic. I think that would really turn up the heat with respect to the coolness of this watch. But both of these dials are quartz. You got a date window. "60-second chrono." You have beneath that one, in a figure 8 setup, you have a secondary clock to watch another time zone. It's alligator stamped band. I believe all of this is polished steel. Some of it looks frosted steel along with polished steel. Not a lot of doodads with this watch. Unlike my Invicta, which gives you, I think, a lot more to look at with respect to the watches. It's very hard to move out of the Invicta. One, the weight is very lightweight. Two, like the surface of the watch face, it's pretty standard. It doesn't look like much effort went into it. If you know, a lot of the Invictas have all kind of different things going on. But I really got this watch for the double time. Since I have that Tria with the triple time, now I have a double time, and then of course the solo watches that you've seen in the watch box. But this is a new addition to the watch box. Next time you see the watch box, this will be in there. I really wanted this watch for some time, but they want way too much for my budget. So I didn't plan on ever getting this watch. I just thought it was a cool watch. I like the curved face on the watch. I like the figure 8, which represents infinity to me. So a couple things were hitting on this watch for me that made me want to go ahead and grab it. But the price was not hitting. But I found a off Saks that was going out of business, and they finally got this watch in their store clearance sale. Finally got it to a price that I could actually manage. So I went ahead and swooped that up real quick, and finally got this watch into the collection. All right, on Watching Shoes, the shoes are UGGs. Very, very old pair of UGGs from long before UGGs got popular. UGGs has been really, really popular lately. I imagine they just went ham on advertising because they've been around for a long time, and I don't recall them being very popular. But before they were making them and selling them in McDonald's and everywhere else, these were what you were dealing with UGGs, at least for men. And go ahead and let you see these. Pretty cool shoe. It's a leather that's designed to not look polished. It's a leather that's designed to look worn, which is right up my alley because I don't shoe shine my shoes unless I'm in Africa. I love the fact that there's so many Africans with their own shoe shining business. But outside of that, I rarely ever shine shoes. And I prefer actually a leather that is intended to look worn, as this is, and gives me an excuse as to why my shoes look worn, because that's what I pay for. Actual shoe that looks worn. You have your little elastic band here. Very comfortable shoe. It's actually got, let me see if I turn the flash on here. It's actually got, no, okay, yeah, you can see it. Very worn, very old shoe. Like I said, this is before Uggs became popular. This is 5, 6, 7 years old, maybe even older. But all leather, 100% leather sole. It has wool, sheep's wool interior, which has been worn to the ground. Toes still sitting on wool though. The balls of my feet aren't. But before I toss it down there, let's go over some of these details. You got a leather sole, stitched sole, probably Goodyear welted. You got a little bit of rubber there to give you some grip, so you don't have complete stonies. Rubber on the back end, leather up top, and a rubber heel. Very, very well made shoe. This shoe is years and years old, and you wouldn't believe it, but this is basically what it looked like when I bought it. It's an attempt to look like it's worn style shoe. So it hasn't changed much. I have a twin brother, and he told me, man, that shoe would actually be pretty nice if you actually polished it and made it look a little, a little better. And that I took with a smile and a grain of salt, because that's exactly what I was going for with this shoe. A shoe that doesn't look all that well maintained. A real quick story: when you're traveling, a lot of times you don't want to look like you have a lot of money, and I don't have a lot of money, so I don't want people mistaking me for thinking I have a lot of money. So a situation like this, I remember I had a jacket one time, and I unzipped the jacket from the bottom up as opposed from the top down. And at the end of my trip in the airport, I ran into a local at the airport, and they told me they think the reason no one messed with me in that particular country the whole time I was there was because of my jacket. They said that jacket in this country, that looks broken. Like you're broken, therefore you're wearing a broken jacket, you must be poor. So when people let you come and go, no one asks you for money, nobody bothers you. But of course it was just a double zipping jacket. But I had gotten so many confused looks the first time I walked out of my hotel room with the jacket unzipped in reverse from the bottom up, that I realized that these people think my jacket is broken. Because it was a nice hotel. It's like, why is he walking around with a broken jacket? So I kept that look. I saw the value in it, and I walked around town and cruised around that country with a really nice jacket. But it was gave the right impression on people who I met. No one asked me for a dime. Like a broke local is what most people probably thought. So that's half the reason why I like situations like this. It's the lap of luxury. Beautiful premium leather. My feet are sitting on sheep's wool. The rest of the foot is sitting on premium calf leather. And all the while I look like a broke old man. Right up my alley. So again, that's Uggs. This is watch and shoes. The watch was Phillip Stein or Phillip Stein or Philistine. And the shoe was Uggs out of Australia. Old school Uggs. Very premium Uggs from Australia, like I said. Thanks for watching another episode of Watching Shoes. Thanks for those likes and thanks for the subscriptions. See you all on the next video.